Hey, what's up guys? Footy Manager TV here, and I had an idea to make a new series, really based on career mode, with the most popular teams. I'm going to do a squad report. So yeah, this series, I think I'll call it Squad Manager, where I just go through a squad, a most popular squad, like I said, or anyone that gets suggested for their career mode. If you're not good at managing a squad, which players you should transfer list and get rid of, which players to send out on loan, and yeah, just things like that. So you know, if you're not quite sure what to do with your players, and this is just my opinion. Obviously, other people are going to have their own way of managing, but my way, I believe it's pretty good. But yeah, I suppose that's your opinion, and yeah, just this is my first video, so I might change it in future ones. But anyway, if you want any other team, just leave suggestion in the comments box. So yeah, this is my first episode of Squad Manager. So here we'll start off with the goalkeeper Daheia. As you see, I'm sure you know already, he's going to be the guy for really 10 years plus maybe, or at least 10 years. Because he'll decrease. Once the players hit 30, they start decreasing. That's when you got to transfer list them. So Daheia, he's going to be a goalkeeper for at least 9 years, but really, I'm not sure if you're actually going to play that long. Might take a while unless you sim the matches. So yeah, Daheia, he's going to be your goalkeeper with Manchester United. If you're being Manchester United, you never have to touch that. So yeah, you're going to have goalkeeper settled, so no need to waste cash on that. And Anders Lindegaard, it's your choice what to do with him. You can sell him. He's worth almost 4 million. It's really, like I said, your choice. You can use him as backup, or you can just try and sell him to get extra money if you need a signing. But also you got Ben Amos. He can be a backup as well. You don't really want to waste too much money on backups because goalkeepers rarely get injured or lose fitness or anything like that. Anyway, moving on to Raphael. He's going to be another key right back, unless you don't like him for whatever reason. But he's going to be the man. You're not really going to... I guess you can get a backup for him. But as I go into his other attributes as well, he can play left back as well. So yeah, he can play on both sides of the full back. But one key thing, he's injury prone. So you may want to get a backup. Because injury prone players, they get injured quite often, I know from my experience anyway. So you may want to get a backup, as there isn't really any natural, there's no other right back in the team. He's the only guy there, so you may want to invest in that department. Yeah, I don't know if I should leave suggestions of players in this episode or this series, but one guy I know, Martin Caceres, he can play right back, he can even play central defense, some positions in midfield as well from Juventus. Yeah, he's got like 94 jumping as well. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should leave suggestions. Leave comments if you want suggestions, or just on the squad. But anyway, moving on to Vidic. He's 30 years old. He's a really hard one because he's rated the best defender in the game, but he's 30 years of age. So to me, he's going to start he's going to decline straight away, basically, unless you perform unless he gets really good ratings. Until maybe next year he might start declining. But if he isn't getting over 7 rating, he's just going to keep going down. I actually don't even know what to do there, because obviously he's the best defender in the game. I would actually try and sell him next season. Try and get win the league, be in Champions League second season. But yeah, that's a really tough one. Same with Ferdinand as well. He's 33. I would probably try and sell him straight away, because these players over 32, they go down so fast. I'm sure if you play career mode, you would know they just plummet. Players over like 32 and Ferdinand's 33. Yeah, he's just gonna plummet every month. Like, they decrease in attributes, and it's just I hate looking at that when you have like red arrows down. I just love seeing the greens arrows going up. So yeah, I'll try and get rid of Ferdinand, but keep Vidic for at least a year. Maybe get rid of him next year if you notice him declining a little bit. But anyway, this position for Manchester United, you've got it covered. You don't need to spend anything even after you get rid of Vidic and Ferdinand. Also, one reason you may not want to get rid of him, when a player retires in your team, a youth player gets created. They're like a youth version of them. Obviously, they'll have a different name, but they'll be from the same country, around the same size, and have similar attributes. Not the same, similar attributes. So, yeah, they'll be the same position and all that, and they'll have the same characteristics as them. So that's one thing, and it's not a glitch. It's what EA purposely put in the game. But anyway, like I was saying, Jones, they've got Jones and Smalling, two really young defenders, more so Jones, only 20, and they're both going to be your centre backs like for maybe 6 or 7 years, and really they should come mid-80s which is good enough for Manchester United. Johnny Evans, he's one you would transfer list and try and get rid of. No really upside to him. He won't really improve much. Maybe a couple overalls, but nothing outstanding. Maybe you want to keep him if you plan on getting rid of Vidic and Ferdinand. Then keep Evans. But if you don't, if you plan on keeping Vidic and Ferdinand, or even just if you transfer list Vidic, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you need 5 centre backs. To me, you should have 4 centre backs plus the young guy, at least for a top team anyway. Then you got a couple other ones. These guys you've got a loan list. They're not good enough for the team, especially if you play on a harder level like world class or legendary. Unless you're a really, really good player, you're just going to get owned by the AI. And it depends which team you play against, I guess. But yeah, they're really low-rated players. So you're going to have to go ahead and loan list them for them to improve, because they're not going to play much. They're not going to improve much just sitting on your bench. Same as Reece Brown, Wes Brown's brother. As you know, he's a former Manchester United player. But I'm not sure if these players will have the potential to be good enough. Haven't really checked it out, but yeah, it depends really how they perform. That's the thing. Actually, there a couple of them, Reece Brown and Sean Mcginty. He's already out on loan, but he's only 52 overall. When he comes back, I'll try and transfer list him, or just wait till he reaches his peak, then try and sell him. But yeah, he's not going to be good enough for your team. Also, the fullbacks situation is really serious. You got Patrice Evra, 31, and in right fullback you got Raphael, which you don't have a backup for. And Evra, for me, I would probably transfer list him, as he's going to be 32 soon, and then by the end of the season he's going to be below 80, and then he's going to be not good enough for the team. So you got to get rid of him as soon as you can and really build your new squad. That's one thing important with career mode. You got to plan for the future. Once you notice you have players that are aging, like they're 27, 28, you got to plan for the future. Don't buy young players once they're 30. Try and buy players when they're like 27, 28. Plan for the future. Try and sign an 18-year-old once these older players like around 28, so they have a couple years of really either you loaning them out or giving them experience. So once they're like 20 or 21, they'll be good enough for your first team, or almost good enough. And yeah, that's just a tip for me. Anyway, Alexander Butner, I suppose he's a left back, but for me, I find him better attacking. If you play with a winger, or with a winger as a left winger, or even as a left midfielder, I think he's better at that. He's got good attacking attributes, 82 shot power, so I'd want to utilize that. Fabio out on loan, you're gonna want to get him back. Yeah, he's another one. I think as well with his brother Raphael, they both can play right back and left back, but as both they're injury prone. So that's one thing. Myself, I don't like having injury prone players in the team, so I actually try and get rid of them. But obviously they have potential, and yeah, I suppose you can get good value, good money for them. Maybe not so Fabio. Just wait, I want to go back to Raphael, see how much he's worth. Yeah, he's only worth 5 million, so I think he can grow in his value, but I'd look to actually transfer list him, because I don't really like having transfer list injury prone players, in my team. Here's another guy, Ryan Tunnicliffe. Again, he's not good enough. You're going to have to loan him out. Antonio Valencia, he's like at the perfect age, 26. Then that's around when they perform their best, worth 10 million. He's a very good balanced player, he's very fast, but good crossing and stuff like that. He's a starting 11 player for sure. I'd start him over Nani, as he's a bit better defensively, or at least working back, as he doesn't have attacking work rate. See, attacking work rate only medium, so he doesn't go far. It really depends what formation you play, really. If you play right wing, Nani is probably better. If you play right midfielders, Valencia is probably better. Now moving on to Michael Carrick. He's another one, 30 years of age. Sorry. He's worth 5 million. I'd try and transfer list him. His physical attributes, which is important in FIFA, isn't good enough in my opinion, especially his sprint speed. Yeah, that's not really enough pace, even though that doesn't matter. That's just going to keep going down because he's 30 years of age now. But yeah, his passing attributes is good, but really not good enough for me. Paul Scholes, in my opinion, you might as well keep him. Like I imagine you'll get a regenerated player, like I said before, and you'll get a new Paul Scholes at the team. Him and Giggs, you might as well keep them, because you will barely get anything from transfer listing them, and really they've got good technical attributes, so I will keep them. Also Anderson, he's not great rated overall, but he's only 24, and I like him myself. If I was Manchester United, I'd keep him. I wouldn't transfer list him. He's a good fast centre mid. It's good to have at least one fast centre mid in there, and his short passing is not bad. He's very good with the ball. As you can see, ball control, dribbling, curve, short passing, his key attributes. Very good stamina, which is important for career mode. He could be, I don't think he'll be starting 11, but he could be a good replacement, a good rotation player, and definitely someone you need in your team. And also, he can improve a bit. As he's been injured, I think hasn't played much. He still has the potential there. Darren Fletcher, only 28. He's one guy, obviously you'll keep. But you got to look to sign a new centre mid, maybe 18, 19 years old, that will replace him in a couple years. Don't wait till he's 30 to sign someone unless you have enough money just to get in someone good already. But yeah, he's a very good defensive player. Stamina, important once again. Ashley Young, I think last year he was rated higher. He didn't have a really impressive season, but at least for FIFA, he's got pace. I don't know if I'd start him. I'd prefer to get him off the bench with that pace, but he's got really good crossing as well. He's a good curve. He's pretty good free kick taker. Not bad with the finesse shot. So he's definitely in the plans. But if you don't like him, his value is 11.5 million. So you could get a good amount of money for him. Nani also. He's a beast in the game. 5-star skill moves. He's really good from long shots. And yeah, he's just really good with the ball. Technically, he's good. Dribbling, very good. As I said, long shots, 84. And shot power, 85, which is really good. Not bad with the cross as well. Also, Robbie Brady. He's 68 overall, which is better than the other reserve players. I'm not sure if I keep him, as you got these other left mids here. You probably try and send him out on loan to a championship team or similar level to that. And yeah, he should improve, maybe ready for the team in a couple years if he develops well. Tom Cleverley, very good prospect. He's someone to come in that midfield role to replace Scholes, Giggs, and that kind of player. And you got to give him game so he improves. If you're just going to leave him in the substitutes, hardly play him in the season, he's not going to improve that much. And yeah, he's too old to probably loan, so you got to play him if you want him in the team. If not, I suppose if you're a Manchester United fan, I would think you would want him at the team. You wouldn't want to transfer list him. But if you're just Manchester United, if you don't think he's too good, you can get a good amount of money from him being rated worth 10 million. Now, Shinji Kagawa, he just came to the team, so he's not going to leave. And once again, I wouldn't imagine you want to transfer list him. And look at those speed, a very good balance as well. That's an important attribute. And yeah, he's if you don't play with attacking midfielders, that could be a problem. But you should really, as Rooney can play that. And you got Cleverley as well. And yeah, he's a very key player. Giggs, also attacking midfielder. Same position with Scholes, like I mentioned. No matter how much he decreases, don't try and transfer list him. Because you get a new Giggs in your team, a youth player of Giggs in the next season. Which I would imagine, not every time they have good potential, but they always grow to have similar attributes and not the same. So he's not going to get the same attributes as Giggs. He's just going to show the same similar stuff as him. So yeah, you should keep those older players in your team, especially when they were worth not much and you only get 1 or 2 million from them. Doesn't really make sense to me. Nick Powell, another attacking midfielder. So he's one for the future. Good potential. I would try and loan him in the first season, and second season, if he gets around the 70s or high 60s, try and play him a bit so he keeps improving. Wayne Rooney, obviously, I don't need to speak about him. You shouldn't transfer list him. He's a beast. Probably the most hardest working striker or centre forward in the game. And yeah, 89 overall, 26, really good age. At least 4 or 5 seasons left in him before you should sell him. And yeah, I wouldn't imagine you play that long anyway. It takes a lot of time, but some people do. Yeah, for the next few seasons, you don't really need to touch the striker with him and Van Persie. 2 fantastic strikers, also with good backup as well. And his aggression, really important. And other key attributes of him, he's got both high attacking work rate and high defensive work rate. So he's one who will be good as attacking midfielder because he works into the midfield or centre forward and also working into the midfield. And yeah, to have that extra body in midfield and then you can have a lot of possession and outnumber the opponent. Van Persie as well. He should be the striker after a fantastic season at Arsenal. Manchester United got him after Sir Alex Ferguson wanted more goal scoring power. Because really that's how they lost the title, just by having lower goal difference to Man City. So Yeah, nothing really needs to be explained to him. He's not a pacey striker, so if you like to use the pace, he wouldn't be one for you. I'd recommend starting Hernandez and selling Van Persie, because if you just try and run past players and you're a pace abuser, don't use him. But if you're actually good at football, good passing, you know your football, he's going to be a fantastic player for you and score heaps of goals. Danny Welbeck, he increases heaps. I sort of did test career. He improved, playing him a lot. He's got good sprint speed, and he's a sort of tall striker. So he would replace Van Persie when he ages a bit and he's past 30 in a couple of seasons. So he's one to keep. Don't not play him. Play him in like easy matches against lower teams and cup matches to give him a chance. Same with Hernandez as well. He's got pace. He'll be the impact player off the bench. Maybe resting Van Persie if he's a bit tired, and yeah, he's going to make a difference. As you see in real life, he can make a difference when your team needs to score a goal. Will Keane, another striker, you got to send him out on loan. Macheda, I'd probably transfer list him. He doesn't have much potential on him. I thought he did a couple years ago, but since then, he didn't really make an impact in the last couple seasons, mostly due to Hernandez and Welbeck showing they're probably the better player. Joshua King, he's got pace as well. If you want to develop him, loan him out, and he'll be a good player if you like the pace. Like I said, 92 sprint speed. That should develop into a good amount, but I don't think he'd be Premier League level or top Premier League level anyway. But obviously, if you want the pace, he can become a good impact player on low wages if you want. And also, Bebe, transfer list him. He's rubbish. Yeah. John Kofi, he's on loan. And yeah, that's it. Really the squad, my first squad manager video. So leave your comments what you think I can improve for this video, other things I should add and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll do more of these series and you enjoy them. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon.